Blood indices. The objectives of this lecture are to define normal characteristics of RBC, blood indices, MCV, mean corpuscular volume, mean corpuscular hemoglobin MCH, MCHC, mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. Formula for calculation of the blood indices: normal values with units, significance of MCV, mean corpuscular volume, classification of anemias on basis of mean corpuscular volume, terms related to changes in physical characteristics of RBC. Let us consider first the morphological features of the normal erythrocytes. As you know, it is a non-nucleated biconcave disc on a blood smear. The center is paler. There is a pink cytoplasm because of the filled hemoglobin. The point to remember is that the average cell size is 7 to 8 micron. There is a negative charge on the surface. Like all cells, it has got less sodium and more potassium. The average lifespan is about 100 days. The three primary measures, that are required to be put in the formula are the RBC count, the hemoglobin and hematocrit. The normal range of the RBC count is 5, the hemoglobin is 15 and hematocrit is 45. Now if you look at the bottom of this slide, that A into 3 is equal to B into 3. This means that the RBC count, multiplied by 3 would be equal to B, that is hemoglobin, that is 15 grams per deciliter normal. This is the rule of thumb, and check whether this holds good in a given result. If not, indicates micro or macrocytosis or hypochromasia. Now microcytosis means that the average diameter of the RBC is decreased. Macrocytosis, the diameter of the RBC is increased. Hypochromasia, the color is dull or less because of the less hemoglobin. Now on the basis of these three primary measures, the three derived indices. Indices is collection of the blood indexes. Now if you see over here at the bottom of this slide that there are three blood indices: mean corpuscular volume, mean corpuscular hemoglobin and mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. The normal value of mean corpuscular volume is 90 femtoliters. The mean corpuscular hemoglobin is 30 picogram. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is 33 grams per deciliter. Don't forget to remember the units. Again, mean corpuscular volume in femtoliters, mean corpuscular hemoglobin 30 picograms, mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration, that is 33 grams per deciliter or in grams per deciliter. Red cell indices, mean corpuscular volume, the average volume of a RBC. This determines the average volume of RBC in the total population. The formula for calculation is hematocrit. divided by RBC count multiplied by 10, and the result will be expressed in the units as femtoliters. Now, to work out an example, we assume that hematocrit is 40%, RBC count is 5. So 40 divided by 5 multiplied by 10 is equal to 80. So the normal range of the mean corpuscular volume is 80 to 96 femtoliters. Femtoliters, remember. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin, MCH. The average content of the hemoglobin in average RBC. It is directly proportional to the amount of the hemoglobin and RBC size. So what does the mean corpuscular hemoglobin mean? That it is the average content of hemoglobin in average RBC. It is directly proportional to the amount of hemoglobin and RBC size. The formula for calculation is MCH is equal to hemoglobin grams per deciliter divided by RBC count million per microliter multiplied by 10, and the unit of expression is picogram. Now if we assume that the hemoglobin is 14 grams per deciliter and RBC is 4 million per microliter, MCH by calculation would be 35 picogram. The normal range is 27 to 32 picogram. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. It expresses the average concentration of the hemoglobin per unit volume of the RBC. It is defined as the ratio of the weight of the hemoglobin to the volume of the RBC. The formula for calculation is mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is equal to hemoglobin in grams per deciliter divided by hematocrit multiplied by 100. Now if we assume that hemoglobin is 14 grams per deciliter, hematocrit is 45%, mean corpuscular hemoglobin is 14 divided by 45 multiplied by 100, and it is expressed as percent. So it comes to 31%. The normal range is 32 to 36%. Now remember, again I am repeating that the working or the calculation of the blood indices, the blood indices are MCV, MCHC, MCH. You require three primary measures, that is the hemoglobin, hematocrit and the RBC count. And by putting these three primary measures into the formula for respective blood indices, that is the MCV, MCHC or MCH, you can get the result. And the result for MCV rather is in femtoliters. The result for MCH is in picograms. The result for mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration is in percentage. Now on the basis of mean corpuscular volume, right, that is, we classify the RBCs into normocytic. This means that the average diameter of the RBC is 80 to 100 femtoliters. Or the most or the average diameters, the average RBCs are in the range of the normal diameter. So if they are in the normal range of diameter, the average MCV would be falling in the between 80 to 100 femtoliters. Now anything, for any reason, the diameter of the RBC is decreased or it becomes less than 6.5, the RBCs would be termed as the microcytic. And microcytic RBC, in case of the microcytic RBC, the MCV would be less than normal or less than 80. In certain anemias, the diameter of the RBC is increased, so they might give you a macrocytic picture. Here, the mean corpuscular volume would be more than 100 femtoliters, and if you see, the diameter of the RBC would be more than 9 microns. Now, morphological classification of the anemia, macrocytic normochromic anemia. Now, in this type of anemia, the RBCs are large, but the chromasia or the color of the RBC is normal. Erythrocytes are large and abnormally shaped, but hemoglobin is normal, therefore the chromasia is normal. And one of the examples is the megaloblastic anemia. The cause of the megaloblastic anemia is vitamin B12 and folic acid deficiency. The other classification is microcytic hypochromic anemia. Erythrocytes are small. There is a reduced content of the hemoglobin because of the irregular iron metabolism. Therefore, the diameter of the RBC would also be decreased and the chromasia or the color of the RBC would also be decreased. And the classical example is the iron deficiency anemia. The third is the normocytic or the normochromic anemia. The erythrocytes and the hemoglobin content are normal. The erythrocytes and the hemoglobin content are normal. But the number of the RBCs, they are reduced. Now the reason could be aplastic. Now the aplastic anemia refers to the anemia due to the bone marrow suppression. Post-hemorrhagic, this means that after the hemorrhage due to the loss of the blood, definitely the RBCs would also be less in number. Hemolytic, for any reason, the RBCs are being destroyed in the vascular system. Of course, the normocytic normochromic picture might come in chronic diseases anemia, in the sickle cell anemia also. Now, morphological changes of the RBC and hemoglobin. Cell size, it could be a normocyte, normal size of the cell. It could be a microcyte, smaller than the normal size. It could be a macrocyte, larger than normal size. It could be anisocytes, that there could be the variation in the size of the RBC in the same population. Some might be smaller, some might be normal, some might be larger. Referring to the cell shape, poikilocytosis, irregularly shaped cells. Spherocytes, the cells instead of becoming biconcave, they are become spherocytes. Trypanocytes, sickle-shaped cells. Cell color refers to the hemoglobin amount. Normochromic, normal amount of the hemoglobin. Hyperchromic, higher concentration of the hemoglobin. Hypochromic, low concentration of the hemoglobin. Now here I would like to guide you that you try to find out these changes in the RBC by looking into the textbooks that what does a normocyte look like, what is a poikilocyte, what would be a hyperchromasia, and the related examples. Now these indices help us in coming close to the diagnosis of certain disorders of the RBC. It could be a defect in the maturation, it could be an increased destruction, it could be a deficiency of the factors that are required for the maturation and differentiation of the RBC. It could be a bone marrow suppression. It could be the antibodies inside the vascular system. There are many examples and many reasons. But here you are supposed to confine yourself only to the calculation of the blood indices, their normal ranges, and to express them in perfect units. In order to calculate these blood indices, what three primary measures of the RBC you need to know? Again, I am saying these primary measures are the RBC count, hemoglobin, and hematocrit, because you have to substitute these three primary measures in the formula for the calculation of the RBC. Thank you.